All right, we're going live in about 10 seconds. You're listening to the Clay Edwards Show, first segment. This is my Molotov cocktail to get the day started. Good morning, Jackson, Mississippi, and all surrounding areas. You've tuned into the free-range human show of choice, your daily dose of dark MAGA rising radio, reality radio, as we like to call it here on the Clay Edwards Show. I'm, of course, your host, Clay Edwards. If you want to call in, participate in the Monday morning Molotov cocktail to get the day started, so to say, you can reach me on the Mac Hike of Flowwood phone line at 601-879-0002. Maybe you're at work, maybe you can't text, maybe you're a little shy, maybe you're at the gym, whatever the case may be, maybe you prefer to text. The Guns and Gear text line is 769-241-1944. One more time on the text line, 769-241-1944 is the Guns and Gear text line. Hope to hear from everybody this morning. Look, I'm going to jump straight in here. I've been doing my little rant videos all weekend, and if you're not following me on social media, for those, if you're listening to the show, I guess you enjoy the kind of stuff I do, so maybe you'll enjoy those videos. I post them on all my different social media platforms. They start on the Clay Edwards TikTok, which why I'm there. I guess you got to take the message to the people, as Jesus would say. Take the word to the broken people, and there is nowhere else with more broken people than TikTok. So we start there, and we take that same video, we post it to the Save Jackson Instagram, the Save Jackson Facebook, even the Save Jackson YouTube channel. I try to share it everywhere. I try to take my message to wherever you all are. So I implore you to check those out. Follow me on all those different platforms. And Twitter also, just go at Save Jackson, and that's Jackson spelled JXN. All right, look, so over the weekend, I'm sick and dang tired of everything that goes wrong in Jackson being blamed on racism. Every inequality in Jackson being blamed on racism. Every black on black crime in Jackson being blamed on racism. I'm sick and I'm dang tired of it. And it's time that we finally stand up and say it has nothing to do with racism. It's got to do with the man in the mirror. You got to look in the mirror. It has nothing to do with racism. You know, speaking of that, you know what else doesn't exist? White supremacy. That is a figment of liberal imagination. That is something they talk about. A word that liberals like to use a lot is projection. You're projecting on me. Well, that's exactly what they're doing. Talk about gaslighting. That's what they're doing with all this racism and white supremacy talk. You know, I never got called a racist one single time in my life. From growing up in Jackson, you know, this may come as a surprise to y'all. Growing up in Jackson and owning a predominantly black nightclub for close to a decade, voted for George Bush twice, not once, not once, but twice during that same time period. Never once was I called a racist, to my face anyway. And I also didn't vote for Obama, not even once. Not even one time. Not even for hope and change did I vote for Obama. And yet, never got called a racist to my face. The first time I remember being called a racist was when Donald Trump and the most beautiful first lady in the history of this country, Melania, a real first lady, came down that escalator at Trump Plaza. And I was like, heck yeah, make America great again. Sign me up. Do I need to donate some blood? What do I need to do? Who do I write the check to? Shut up and take my money. It was at that moment somebody I worked with called me a racist. I was like, well, here we go. It's on. You know, and that cut, man, to be called a racist after all those years, all that time growing up in a majority black community, to be called a racist, you know, it hurts. Like, am I going to lose my job? Somebody I work with thinks I'm a racist. You know, the word still meant something. It doesn't anymore. It doesn't anymore. It just means I won an argument. And that's sad that everything's been taken out of that word. You have guys like somebody I used to consider at minimum an acquaintance, but I even considered him a friend, Brad Kamikaze Franklin, constantly posting stuff about me on social media, being a racist and a this and a that. And it just all goes back to Trump coming down that escalator. He was one of those guys that decided anybody that supported Trump was a racist, and that is the hill he has decided to die on. So we're going to start a new segment here on the Clay Edwards Show called Angry Black Man Screams at the Clouds. And we got some Kamikaze's Facebook posts printed off here, and we'll read those to you throughout the show. I report, you decide who the racist is. Talk about projecting things upon people. You know, over the weekend, I got to doing a little math. And I'm going to tell y'all how I know everything in Jackson isn't because of racism. Hear me out on this. We're sitting at I'm just using WLBT's CJ LeMaster's murder map here. And we're sitting at 54 homicides. One of my friends at JPD says it's 55, but just for the sake of transparency, let's say 54. 54 homicides in Jackson as of, what's today's date? The 23rd, May 23rd, 2022. Do you know how many homicides Jackson was sitting at last year on this same day in history, on its record-breaking pace of 152, which it was 153. When the year ended, it was 153. And it's waffled back and forth from 153 to 152. They say the M-Bar murder, 2 years in a row now, somebody's been killed at the M-Bar. And for whatever reason, that murder doesn't count towards the city's official murder number because it's investigated by Hinds County instead of JPD, is my understanding. Whatever, bro. You got killed in Jackson. That counts as a Jackson homicide to me. So 153 reported homicides. That don't count missing people that are unaccounted for or any of that stuff. You know, these bodies they find in burned out houses, etc. So anyway, 1 year ago, on this very day in history, we were also sitting at 54 reported homicides. If nothing else, Jacksonians, y'all are consistent. I mean, like clockwork in Chalkways, Jackson. Consistent. So we're 5 full months. We're almost a week shy of being 5 full months into 2022. So that means you've got, you're almost going to double your output so far going into the warm months. Because I'm telling you, Democrats in warm months, I get angry in warm months. It is what it is. But apparently Democrats really get angry in warm months. And that's when they start killing each other. When it gets hot outside, take cover, put on a bulletproof vest, get out to Guns and Gear, buy you some guns and ammo, get strapped up, and protect yourself. Best way you can protect yourself is avoid Jackson gas stations, but that's a whole nother conversation for another day. There's going to be, at minimum, another 100 homicides from today to December 31st. So they're going to almost double what they've done the first 5 months of the year over the next 7. That's astonishing. But I mean, I'm just looking at, now maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they don't murder another person. And I'll make the same deal I made with y'all last year. Make the same deal. If y'all will not kill another one of yourselves in Jackson, if you can make it to the end of the year, I'll leave my boots in the ring, just like The Undertaker did at WrestleMania a couple years ago. I will leave my headphones in the studio. I will deactivate the Save Jackson page. And y'all will never see me again on social media or the airwaves. My job will have been done. Jackson will have been saved, and we can live to prosper. That's my promise to you, Jackson. If y'all will not if another one of y'all will not kill each other for the next 7 months, really 6 months, for the next 6 months, I will step away forever. That is my promise to you. Now, I made that promise last year too, and you only had to go a month. I think I made that promise at the end of November. So, man, if you could just make it to New Year, like, y'all will never see me again. You only had 1 month. I think you killed another 10 of yourselves. So I think my guarantee or my promise was only valid for about a half a day before somebody killed somebody. So anyway, I'm not kidding either. I will. I mean, I started all of this to make a difference. And if you'll quit killing each other, I will have done what God intended for me to do, and that is to save Jackson. Now, I feel like I'm having to branch out a little and having to save America a little bit too. You know, we got to get Joe Biden out of office. We got to make Joe Biden voters suffer for what they've done to America. We're going to do that too. We're going to meme y'all and humiliate y'all to no end. I stopped by the flag store here in Cotton Exchange Plaza to get me a new hook for my American flag. A storm had blown it down a few months ago, and I had not gotten the bracket to mount on the wall to replace it. Stopped in there Friday to get that, and they sell the Joe Biden "I did that" stickers. So I bought 2 sheets of them, and every time I get gas now, or I'm in a grocery store, or I'm anywhere with inflation, which is everywhere, I'm going to put one of those stickers on there. I did that. I did that. We ought to get some with Chalkway, that's about right. As Kim Wade calls them, Chalkline Lumumba. We ought to get some of those little stickers with Chalkline on it. And every time you see a dead body, go put one beside it. I did that with it pointing at the chalk lines. All right, man, we're going to take our first break. You're listening to The Clay Edwards Show. We'll be right back on 103.9 WYAB. We're going to talk about Jackson Fest getting canceled. We've dug up a little more information on that. And we're going to talk about a big one, man. The Black Rodeo has been canceled. If y'all want to call in, the Mac Hike and Flowwood phone line is 601-879-0002. The Guns and Gear text line, 769-241-1944. You're listening to The Clay Edwards Show. We'll be right back on 103.9 WYAB. A-B. WYAB. All right, guys, that's the first segment of the Clay Edwards Show. I hope y'all enjoyed it. You can stream this live every day at WYAB.com on the TuneIn app, or tune into the radio if you live here in central Mississippi at 103.9 FM WYAB. And wherever you're watching this video, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, thumbs up, whatever, and share it. If you like what you're hearing, let's spread the word. Let's get this message out there to everybody, and let's grow this show. Thank y'all. Have a blessed day.